Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, quick video. Russell Westbrook's been traded to the Jazz. He will be waived, and he's signing with the Nuggets. Chris Dunn is the mainstay in that trade. He did a sign and trade with Utah, going to the Clippers. 3 years, $17 million. There's a second round draft swap. Also headed in one of them directions. I think it's headed with the Clippers. With Chris Dunn. I think that's how that goes, or I'm not really sure. Forget that. Point is, it's in there somewhere, going somewhere. So that's really what it is, man. Russell Westbrook is going to the Nuggets, man. That's really what it is. This is not the first time he's been traded to the Jazz. Last time we also, too, traded him to the Jazz in a 3-team trade with Minnesota that got us Vando and, of course, D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley. And so, yeah, he was also waived in, and he's getting waived now. Chris Dunn to the Clippers, I think, is a nice move for the Clippers, to be honest with you. They get yet another defensive wing point guard guy. His game has developed pretty good into a nice role player. I actually wouldn't be surprised if his best years are ahead, just simply because he's really taken care of his body over the years and developed pretty well. Did some good things with the Utah Jazz, found his way back into the league after a long hiatus, and I think he's ready to make a nice impact for the next 3 years. I think he's gonna. I'm happy to see him around, to be honest with you. I think Chris Dunn is a guy who early on was just one of those point guards that couldn't really shoot the three, but had all types of other intangibles, was a high-level draft pick, and ultimately became a quote-unquote bust. But, you know, he stuck with the game. He stuck with the intention of doing the NBA thing and didn't leave his dream behind, and got his opportunity with the Utah Jazz, and I thought did a fantastic job of not only becoming a part of the team, but becoming a part of their regular rotation in a logjam of guards, which is not the easiest thing to do on a rebuilding team at that. So for him to get a 3-year deal, solidified 3 years, $17 million, it just solidifies the idea that guys can maybe not develop properly, maybe be a high draft pick and flop or whatever the case, and still make a career out of this thing, and then from there be able to turn themselves into whatever they want to turn themselves into. So I'm very happy for Chris Dunn. I hate that he's going to one of my rivals, the Clippers, but just in general, to see him still in this league and getting opportunities at solidified money and solidified roles is amazing for not only himself, but for the idea that others can do the same. So congratulations to Chris Dunn. I think the Clippers are going to be happy to have him. I think the Clippers have been making some really good moves for the sake of losing a guy like Paul George. They really put some nice role players on a team that was already set with a lot of good role players. Chris Dunn's now over there. Derek Jones is there now. They picked up Kevin Porter Jr., which a lot of people are down on, but not for basketball reasons. I think he's going to help them on the basketball court a massive amount if he turns into what I think he could turn into. There was at one point people were saying that Kevin Porter Jr. reminded them of James Harden. So with him now on the team with James Harden, I'd imagine that would be a good role model for him on the basketball court. And now you add Dunn into that situation that can help them defensively, and Jones in there to help them defensively. And I don't remember what else they picked up. Mo Bamba's also in place, who should be able to help them defensively. So it's just a lot of things that the Clippers have done that should put a formidable, strong team around Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. And those are not bad guys to bet on to play well when they're on the floor. So I'm not going to be certain that the Clippers are going to be a good team this year, but I don't believe they're going to be a bad one. Put it like that. I don't believe they're going to be bad. I think they're going to start off with a lot of hard-hitting role players that are going to make a massive impact on the overall unit. So if it comes together, they got fantastic coaching. I wouldn't be surprised if they got right back to the same place they were last year, even without Paul George. Wouldn't shock me at all. So yeah, that's my point of view. Clippers going into the new building, I think they would rather have more star power on the team, but those are heavy names. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden are heavy names, so you probably feel like they can do some good things with the role players in place. So not a bad job there from the guys I cannot stand, but I'll give them props where they should be given that. I think their team is actually maybe slightly be improved, to be honest with you. Maybe a little better than they were last year, even without Paul George on the team. So that's huge, man, but that's pretty much my take on it. Russell Westbrook going to the Denver Nuggets is crazy. I don't know how the hell that fits. Russell Westbrook cannot play off the ball very well from what I've seen. And I just think the Nuggets are headed downward fast. When you talk about other teams that are getting better, you look at the Nuggets, you still see the core that they have. But to be honest with you, that's not a good team without those guys being healthy. They need Murray to be healthy, Porter to be healthy, Jokic to be healthy. Westbrook now is going to be a part of their regular rotation. You're losing KCP. You lost Bruce Brown 2 years ago. What's his name? Holmes went down with an Achilles, which was horrible, man. We dodged that bullet, didn't we, Lakers? He's out for the season. That team is not going to be as good as they need to be. The Denver Nuggets are in a weird space right now, where they could be minus about 6 or 7 wins. And in this conference, you might be a play-in tournament team next year. Messing around Denver, you get the wrong injury, it could be bad for you. So it's going to be interesting to see how Denver bounces back. Russell Westbrook is a weird fit. I don't like it. But that's their problem, man. That's their problem. I feel like a part of me thinks Russell Westbrook wants to go to Denver because of the success they've had against the Lakers. And that is a bad reason to go to a basketball team, if I'm being completely honest with you. That is a terrible reason to go to a basketball team. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. May they all lose together. Video 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.